Good afternoon. Questions?
Brian, when you look at Purdue and you look at the speed they have in the backfield from two guys, not just one, how concerning is that?
Well, I think obviously it doesn't take long to watch the film. I don't know if I've seen a team that's had more big plays in the run game. Mosert and Hunt are a couple of kids I'm somewhat familiar with, having recruited their areas when they were coming out of high school. That they're outstanding, a lot of speed. Been very successful, and so both of them are extremely dangerous. How they utilize those two, putting them both on the field at the same time, will be a challenge for us.
They're going to want to get them in space. So I guess not that tackling wouldn't be important anyway, but the ability to tackle in space with guys at that speed has to be good.
It's always for us. It's been an area that at times we've struggled with. At times we haven't been a very good tackling team. I felt like Saturday against Ohio State, we probably had as few missed tackles as we've had this year. So I think our guys did a better job tackling. With these two, certainly being able to get them down in space, trying to keep them from getting north and south, try to keep going east to west, and because once those guys get their pads downhill, once those guys get, it doesn't take them long to get the end zone.
Coach, what kind of an approach do you do in both teaching and motivating defensive players? I mean, like sometimes on paper, I think Indiana's defense is 13th in total defense, last in scoring. Yet we've seen, if not entire game, very long periods and a lot of moments sequentially where the defense has been much better than it was last year. So I guess how do you balance wanting to get them to do better, but maybe reassure them that at times we're playing like we want you to play?
Well, I think it's you look at the game Saturday. In the first 4 minutes, we didn't start very well, and we certainly didn't finish very well also. But for most of the game, we played pretty good defense against one of the top teams in the country. And so our guys, just to continue to reinforce, to be able to put together 4 quarters of good defense. Our Achilles heel this year has been the big play, and a couple times Saturday after a turnover, and then the long run at the end of the game. Were 2 plays that hurt us, and so we've got to continue to keep our kids. Try to show them the good things. We stressed about 3 or 4 weeks ago. Really started stressing and takeaways, turnovers. Got 3 big turnovers in the first half, and so just trying to continue to change the culture, change the mindset. And I think they've seen flashes of it. We just got to put it all together.
The flashes, I'm thinking, are somewhat important for you to reinforce to them what it is you want them to do.
I think so. I think if you don't see any kind of reinforcement or see any kind of success from your hard work, and they have worked hard. It's hard to find anybody that'll say they didn't play hard. And our guys all season long have played. I've had coaches from other teams text me on the way after. One of the coaches from Ohio State said, your kids played so hard. And so they're playing hard, and you'd like to see them get some reinforcement from that. And at times they have played well. But, certainly the body of work isn't what we've wanted right now.
Those big plays they gave up late in the game, how much of that was them just letting off the gas when it came to intensity a little bit?
I don't know. We had, we still had a lot of starters in the game, and so from a standpoint of we weren't running anything we hadn't run most of the game. So, it's disappointing in that we let those up. We've done it a couple times earlier. Michigan and Michigan State were a couple times we let some big plays at the end of the game. So that's an area that we have to get better at. Up through midway through the fourth quarter, they had played pretty well in the second half, and given us a chance. But we have to be able to finish.
After one season here, I know you got another game, but as you head out in recruiting, is there anything you and your defensive coaches have talked about? Like, this is what we need to look for, what certain positions or maybe a certain kind of player for next year?
Well, I think we've really targeted for the last 9 months, targeted this recruiting class coming up, and so we have an outstanding group of names that we have from a skill standpoint. Feel pretty good at some areas. We need to continue to upgrade our skill, and whether that's edge guys that can blitz off the edge, whether it's continue to get more secondary guys. I think just continuing to build up the skill we have. We have some good skill players, but just the amount of numbers. You look at special teams, areas like that. Sometimes when you lose some players, you lose Kenny Mullen, you lose Nick Stoner, you lose some of the players, some of your skill players. If you don't have a lot of depth in those positions, that's where it shows. And for us, we feel pretty good about our kids up front. We've been pretty physical, stayed pretty healthy most of the year, but we need to continue to. And we've done a good job. Coach Joseph, Coach Shelby, Coach Inge, they've all done a good job. We've got a great group of names to go out and get here in a couple weeks.
Project a pass rusher, even if they're having success at the high school level, to be able to rush so you don't have to blitz, so you can have one or two guys who can just get to the quarterback system.
Well, I think they have to have proven it. I think you certainly need you certainly can develop and build a pass rusher, but a lot of those kids instinctively, you like to see that they've done it at the high school level as well. And so, for us, it's Coach Hill and the strength staff does such a great job of developing guys from a physical standpoint. But we need to continue to look for guys maybe a little longer, a little more athletic end type guys that can come off the edge, especially on our defense. We want to continue to develop those guys and continue to recruit guys that are edge rushers. And so that's where we need, and we'll do a good job in the off season continuing to develop the guys we have right now. That's an area we feel like we have some kids that can continue to develop, and really I think after a year in the system we'll continue to get better and better.
All right, thanks, Brian.
All right, thank you.